Modern architecture has come a long way, and it continues to surprise us with some innovative ideas. But what if I was to tell you that there's an incredible home that will blow your mind, but it closer represents in design the first homes in human history? That's right, I'm talking about a modern-day cave house. In this video, we're going to step inside Grant Johnson's jaw-dropping bedrock homestead, which he's been working on for the last 20 years.
When I was 17, I got kicked out of high school and moved to Moab. It was just this wide open mining town. Things were so relaxed. It was a real culture shock for me moving to Moab when it had like 4,000 or 5,000 people in it. I'd hike for a quarter, go to school for a quarter or two, and then a quarter of mining. Worked my way through college, 7 different mines. Well, I was doing that, and then I got involved in stabilizing Indian ruins, and I got more and more into the wilderness, and then I didn't see any news, didn't read anything. I completely got away from it. One theme I've always heard is a lot of people don't know what they want, but man, I always knew, even if it was ridiculous. My original plan was to find a place in the wilderness in the canyons and irrigate, and grow my food out in the wilderness. And that turned into this. I just never thought I could buy all the equipment and dynamite, and it takes a loader, a compressor, jackhammer, all that stuff that I thought no way could I afford that. So I never really thought about building a rock house. I started blasting in '95, blasted a little tunnel here first. From the first blast, I was committed, and then it was like 8 winters probably of blasting. So as I was out in the wilderness, spring and fall, and half of the summer, and then winter it would be here, and it'd be like I finally get to be home. Probably 2003 or so, I was done blasting. And then it sat a long time, trying to come up with the money and decide what to do. I didn't know what I wanted, how I wanted to finish it. I was going to weld steel together and buy glass pieces to put in it. Builder friend of mine, he said, well, what do you want? And I said, I want it to be a cave with no blocking it. We designed it from there. And there's steel in 2 of the openings, but the rest of them are all just pure glass. Just cut a slot and slid the glass in. Anasazis left here in 1250, and I always say if they had dynamite, they'd still be here.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Planted the orchard right away, and we had a water wheel, big 22-foot in diameter water wheel that ran the pump. We put in about 6,500 feet of pipeline from the pond that ran the water wheel, because I always knew if we could afford to do it, we'd have gravity flow, because we're a mile below the pond. So we have gravity flow water, so I just plugged into it and put a turbine. So we produce our electricity off of it. Biggest crop is tomatoes and peppers, then corn, potatoes, lots of garlic. But then, all sorts of little stuff, greens and carrots and beets. I love bacon, sausage, and that, pork. So to raise pigs, we have to have a cow that's milking because the pigs eat the milk. Otherwise, it's not worth it, it costs so much to feed them. So we feed them milk. You have to get the milk cow bred, and then you have to milk it, and then you have to have a way to feed the milk cow. And so that's what all these fields are for, is feeding the animals, the horses and the cows. All the food we raise here tastes incredible. The beef, the pork, the turkey, all the sauces. We make tons of salsa, pickled peppers, and frozen roasted corn. We roast our peppers and freeze them. Since we've been raising our own meat for 15 years or so, I haven't bought meat, and it just tastes better. I feel healthier. I eat more meat than ever. A lot of people like in Boulder, they're like, oh, we got to grow our own food to survive, what's coming. And that's never been my approach. It is there, yeah, you want to be able to take care of yourself. But for me, it's lifestyle, health. I can't imagine not growing food. The house is too big for just me. I meet great people. People think that it's only scenic in the national parks, so they come here because it's a stepping stone between Bryce and Capitol Reef. If they have their eyes open, they realize that this is all the same country in between, and it's all just as beautiful and incredible. If you just stay one night here, you miss all that. People get inspired by it, and I didn't expect that so much, and it really is the case. People really feel a lot of inspiration here from all different angles. Positive living in a negative space.
You might have noticed that this home is not so tiny like a lot of the homes on my channel, but I was so inspired by this incredible home that I've decided to make a new playlist called Alternative Homes, where I can feature unique homes like this one. I hope you enjoyed it and you'll subscribe to see more.